Hello and welcome to this lesson. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you a few things that have to do with the conversion ads. But before that, we are going to learn how to set up the tracking codes on your website so that we can connect our website with the Facebook ad manager. So what that does is it allows our website to send data of people that are visiting our website back into the Facebook ads dashboard. So it does a few things. Number one, it allows you to track which Facebook users have been visiting your website or any particular landing page. It also helps Facebook verify that which people that came from the Facebook ads they came to your website and then eventually converted. So there are two types of tracking codes that you can install on your website. One is called the pixel and the other is called the conversion API. So the pixel is the old technology. This is the one that we were using before last year, and the problem with this is this uses your browser data, whichever browser you're using, Chrome or Safari, Internet Explorer, Edge, whichever browser you're using, that it uses that browser. But due to the iOS 14 update, a lot of that data is not getting tracked, which is a big problem. Right, so Facebook had to do something. So Facebook or Meta, they came up with a solution, and that solution is conversion API. Now I'm not going to get into the technical details, but conversion API, what it does is it allows you to capture data from server to servers, from your website server, and it sends directly to the Facebook server. So there is no browser involved. So even if iOS 14 is stopping something, some data can still fill the gap. None of these are foolproof methods, and ideally you should use both these methods together, but that still doesn't guarantee 100% accuracy. No analytics tool can guarantee 100% accuracy for you. So what you have to do ideally is install both the pixel on your pixel and the conversion API on your website to have substantial data. So as you can see, we are in the Facebook ad account, and what you have to do is you have to first go to the events manager. That's where you can create your data sources or pixels or conversion API. So come to the events manager, then click on connect data sources. Then if you want to track data from your website, you have to click on the web, then just press connect, and then you will get the option to create a pixel. So you can give a name to your pixel. It could be anything. It could be your website's name. It could be anything you want to represent what the pixel, where the pixel is installed. So I could write Young Urban Project or anything else, right? So yup, pixel 2, and then click on create pixel. Now Facebook will ask you to enter a website URL. So whichever website you want to install this pixel on, just enter that URL here. And what it does is it allows Facebook to figure out where what platform your website is created on, whether it's WordPress or Shopify or any other platform, or Wix, whichever platform you're using. So what it does is it allows Facebook to do a partner integration. That means it'll give you a one-click method to install the pixel. But what we are doing is we are going to the settings of this pixel, this new pixel that we have created, the yup pixel. Now come to the overview, and you will see that you can also get an option to continue a pixel setup, right? If you have not completed it last time, you can still get it. And this is the pixel that I'm already using. It's called the default pixel, and I'm using this. But at the moment you can see that conversion API gateway is not sending events. So basically I've not connected the conversion API at the moment. So to do that, first let's go into your WordPress dashboard. On the left side, go to plugins, right? We have to install a plugin. So click on add new, and add new. Here we can search for any plugin. So the plugin that we are going to search for is called Pixel My Site, right? So let's check that. I think it's called something else. So Pixel, I think it's Pixel Your Site. Yes. So that's what it is. It's Pixel Your Site, and you can see there are 300,000 active installations and 4.5-star rating. So click on install now, and this will install the pixel on your WordPress website, right? This will work only if you're using a WordPress website. If you're not, you can just use the partner integration that I showed you before. Okay, now select activate button any plugin that is installed also needs to be activated. So after you click the activate button, what you have to see is you have to look at the left side panel, and there you will find pixel your site, right? This is what's written. So click on this, and now you can go down and you will see that it is allowing you to connect pixels from various platforms. So you could do Google Analytics, Metapixel, Pinterest is there, then there is Bing, then there is Google Ads tag, and you can also do the TikTok tag here. So what we are going to do is we are going to ignore all of these, and we are only going to click for the Metapixel, which used to be called Facebook Pixel earlier. So just select this one, click for settings, and you will see that there are two buttons. One is enable conversion API, and there is another toggle switch which is enable advanced matching. So you have to toggle both of these on, right? Don't forget, both of these need to be switched on, and when you do that, you'll be able to enable your conversion API. Now it's asking for a metapixel code, and there's a lot of other things it's asking for. So one thing we have to do is there is a unique code that is generated for each pixel that we create on our ad accounts. So we have to get that from the ad account. If you go to your events manager, and under each pixel that you create, you will see this unique pixel ID. Just copy that and paste it here, right? So I've taken it from here and I've just copied it and I've pasted it there. Now the next thing it's asking is the conversion API. So there is an API token that Facebook gives you, and what you have to do is you have to go to settings. So we have to find that token, right? So we will go to the pixel that we want, and then we will go to the settings. And when you click on the settings and you scroll down, you have to, let's see where it is. You see the conversion API written under that. Yeah, so set up manually. So we are trying to set this up manually. So just click on generate access token. This is the one that we need. Click on this one, right? So click on this one and it will get copied, right? So this is under setup manually, remember, because we are doing a manual process for this. Now come back and just paste it here. Now your token has got pasted here. This is a unique token, and you have to choose the right pixel. Under that, there is also an option to add a test event code, which means you can test out if your conversion API started working or not. For that, if you come back, what you have to do is you have to come back, and there is this test events tab right next to overview. So click on this test events tab, and under that on the right side you can see this small code. This is a unique test code. It's only for testing purposes. You have to take this code here, right? So under test events, test, and you can see this small code. Just click on it and it will get copied. Come back and paste the code here, right? And there's another thing that they are asking, which is verify your domain. Now there are this again is a new thing that you have to do. Earlier you didn't have to do it. Now Facebook asks you that you have to prove that you own this domain for which you want to run ads, but we'll wait for that later, and we'll just save settings for now, right? And when you save the settings, you go back to your ad manager, and what we'll do is we'll come back to test events, and we'll open our website wherever you have installed this. So I'm going to open Young Urban Project. The moment you open, you will see that there is a test event. So visiting a page means your event has been tested. An event has happened on your website, and you will see that it has got tracked. Now you will see two events being reported now, because this shows that your pixel is working on. And when you come to any page on your website, because the pixel is installed and the conversion API is now installed, you will see two types. One is a browser tracking. The first one is browser tracking. This is through the pixel, and the second one is through the server. This means that your conversion API is working, and this is deduplicated. That means Facebook will not count them as two events. Facebook will deduplicate them, right? So this is what we did, and this is how we installed the conversion API. Now remember, after you have tested this, you have to come back. You have to come back and you have to remove this test event code. This was only to test whether it is working or not. Now we have removed this, right? So make sure that you save settings after that. It is easy to get missed because it's so down there. So save the settings. Now we are back in the ad manager, and one of the things we'll do is clear the activity. This was the testing activity that we were checking, so I'm just clearing it. So let's go to overview, and when you have installed the pixel over time, this is how your activity tracking would look like. And these are the events that I've created for my own pixel, and these are all getting tracked. So there are different events getting tracked here. So wherever it says browser, it means the event is getting tracked through the pixel. If it says server, that means the conversion API. Now the next thing we are going to do is we are going to verify our domain. For that, go to all tools, and under the all tools section, you have to just go to the section called brand safety. You can see this, and under brand safety, go to domains. This is where we'll be verifying that we actually own a domain, a particular domain for which we are running the ads. So you can see there are a few domains that are already present on the system. So what I'm going to do is there are multiple ways to verify the domain. One is through meta tag, adding a meta tag to your HTML code, and then there are other things. If you don't see your domain added, you have to just click on the blue add a domain button and just write your domain name, right? I've already added, so I'm not going to do it now. So we will try and verify this Young Urban Guy domain. This is just a demo. I'm not actually going to verify this, but I'm showing you how you can do that. So there are three ways that Facebook or Meta gives you. One is add meta tag to your HTML source code, which means you place a particular code into the coding of the source of your website. The second way is upload an HTML file to your root directory. So this is where Facebook or Meta will give you a file and you have to upload it on your server. And the third one is update the DNS text record. So with your domain registrar, so wherever you have got your domain from, whether it's GoDaddy or it's Hostinger or anywhere you have got the domain from, you can use the third method. What I'm going to teach you is how to use the first method, which is add a meta tag. So what you have to do is copy this meta tag and come back to your WordPress and click on the same place, and there is this option to verify the domain. So let's check what are the different ways. So this website pixelyoursite.com, they have also given the process of meta tag verification. So they have given a step-by-step process. It's basically the same thing that we are going to do. What we have done is we have taken the meta tag that we wanted and we are going to paste it here, right? So that's all we need to do. And once you have done that, you have placed this particular meta tag which you could have found here, just go down, right, and save the settings. Remember to always save the settings. Oh, it's saying there is a potentially unsafe operation has been detected. Okay, so let me check this. I'm certain this is a false positive, and allow this. This could have happened because I have a firewall installed on the website, so that could have, because we are making a change to the source code, so it is trying to protect the website. So after doing that, go back again and add the same meta tag, and this time when you save the settings, it will happen, it will get saved, right? So we'll just click and check once. Yes, it's happened. So all good, it's working. Now when you come back, after you have done this process, you come back, you have to click on this verify domain button. Now when you verify, and if you have done everything correctly, it will show that verification is successful. In this case, you will realize that the verification, it says it's failed. That is because we are just doing a demonstration, and I used the Young Urban Guy domain name, which is youngurbanguy.com, but actually we placed the tag on youngurbanproject.com, right? So these are two different websites. We didn't place it on the actual website, which is why the domain verification did not happen. But if you do it on your domain names, it will happen, and sometimes it can take up to 72 hours for Facebook to detect that. So generally it doesn't take as long as 72 hours, but in most cases it will happen quickly, but this is a like a upper limit. Alright, so since that's done, let's click on all tools and we will come to the ad manager, the ads manager. This is where we can create our new ad campaigns. So let me just open the right account. So I've come to a different account, right? Or maybe let me just go back to the older account only, the dummy account. So we'll go there, and now what we have to do is we have to set up our conversion event, right? Because we want to run conversion ads. For that we are going to set up a conversion event. For that, where do we go? We go to the events manager. Events manager is where we go, and under events manager we want to create our own custom conversion. We want to tell Facebook that if a user takes a particular step, that means a conversion has happened. So click on custom conversions and this blue button, right? Custom create custom conversion. Let me just show you which particular product we'll create this for. Let's do this for the copywriting mastery course. So this is the ultimate copywriting mastery course. In this course you learn everything about copywriting, even if you don't know, you're not very confident in English or creative writing. So this is the product, and we'll also just check the URL of the thank you page. So I'm just checking, let's see if I remember that. Let's see if I remember the thank you URL for this. So thank you URL comes after a user has paid for this course, right? After the payment is complete. All right, so this is the right one. So this is the thank you page. So any user that comes to this particular thank you page means they have purchased this copywriting course. So let's create a custom conversion and name it something. So anything that helps you identify what this conversion means. We are going to call it UCMC. So UCMC is short form for Ultimate Copywriting Mastery Course, right? So it's a short form, whatever. So for your products you can choose whatever identification you want. So UCMC purchase, and you can also add the description. This is optional. This is where you can write what this means in case you forget later on. So when a user purchases the copywriting course, okay. Now choose the pixel which is installed on your website. So that's the pixel that we are that's on this account. So this is just a demonstration. So you have to choose your own pixel. Choose all URL traffic, because we are going to be tracking the people that are coming to a particular URL. Now choose a standard event for optimization. So Facebook has some pre-made standard events. Even if you're creating a custom event, you can choose a standard event which is closest to what this particular event is. In our case it is a purchase, so we'll also choose a standard event purchase. So what Facebook will do is it'll show your ads to people who are most likely to basically purchase something, basically pay money, right? So that's what we want in this case. You could have chosen lead also, or add to cart or checkout, whatever, but in our case our conversion is basically a purchase. So we'll set a rule here. And how does this rule work? It works when you add the URL of the thank you page, because anybody who visits this page will mean a conversion. So we'll choose this string without the slash at the back, HTTPS, or without www, right? None of those, just this part, which is youngurbanproject.com/thankyou UCMC. So you could choose whether your URL should contain or doesn't contain or equals. I'm going to say that when a user comes to a URL which contains this string, which is youngurbanproject.com/thankyou UCMC, That's conversion. So you can also add a conversion value. So if this particular thank you page means that a user has purchased something for, let's say, 2495 rupees, you can add that. So Facebook will start optimizing your ads and show it to people who are more likely to spend that kind of money, because they have a history of purchasing those products which are of this value. So you could write that, you could write 2495. You could also leave it empty if you don't, if you have different pricing and you are using a single thank you page. You can also omit this pricing, or you can just put an average pricing on your website. In our case, we are, let's say we'll put this, we can remove it, but I'm just going to put it, right? So let's do it 2495. it will automatically add the currency in front, and just do next, and it says success, your event has been created. Now after an event is created, there is one more step, which is again due to the Apple iOS 14 update. This wasn't there earlier, but this step means that you have to do something called aggregated event measurement. So what you have to do is you have to define 8 events on your website which you want to track, and this is a new rule that you can only track up to 8 events, nothing more than 8 events. So you choose which are those 8 events which are most valuable to you. Other events can happen, but they will not get tracked. They will not get tracked properly, right? So for that, what we have to do is we have to go to the web configurations, because we want to tell Facebook that, hey Facebook, this is an event I want to track, right? So that's what we are going to do. So click on go to web configurations, and your AEM or aggregated event measurement section is going to open up. Now choose the domain, so it has to be a verified domain. You can see that there are multiple domains on, and we are going to do this as a demonstration for one of our domains, gitscript.com. You can see out of the 8 events that you could configure, I have already configured 5. On the below one, I have configured all the events 8 out of 8. So there's no more possibility unless I delete an existing event and then change it. So what we are going to do is choose git script for now, right? We are going to choose git script, but I'm just showing you the other domain, and I'm showing you all the events that I have basically I have configured. So these 8 events are getting tracked. So there is also a UCMC purchase event getting tracked on the other one, right? So this is not what we are doing. We are going to be looking at gitscript.com, this other domain that we have verified, and we are going to click on manage events. Facebook will warn you that frequently doing these changes might negatively impact your ad delivery, which is, we don't do it too often. So just click on edit, because this is important. Without this, we won't be able to run conversion ads. So you can see the event slots filled 5 of 8. So that means we have 3 slots empty now. 3 slots are left. So you can see all these slots. So there is a FBAC purchase, which is a different product. Then there is a lead, there is view content, then there is a DMC purchase. All this is a dummy account, so all these are dummy. So you can, by the way, also delete one of these events. If you want to free up some space, you can just delete it, right? So we'll click on add event, and you can see on the bottom a new event has got added, and you can see there is a priority assigned. So it's high priority, highest priority to low priority. It doesn't mean that Facebook is not going to track lowest priority events. It just means that whenever the tracking happens, the highest priority will be given to the top one. So here in the lowest priority one, you can either choose the pixel, but what we are going to do is we have created a custom conversion. So that's what we are going to choose. Under custom conversion, choose the event that you just created, which was UCMC purchase, right? And after you are done, just click on apply. That's it. You can do just the apply part of it. One more thing I wanted to show is you can also change the priority. You can also change the priority, and you can make it, I've just made it secondary priority, and you can just click on apply, confirm these changes, click on apply again, Alright, so that's done. You have successfully changed event configuration. That's good. Click on OK and we are done. Now we are all sorted. These are all one-time processes that you have to do. You don't have to do it again and again. Only each time you create an event, only then it has to be done. Now we are going to create our custom conversion campaign, our conversion campaign, which will track on conversion. So how do you do that? Just click on create button. So this is a new interface. Earlier it used to be different. What they have done is they have changed the way objectives are shown. So what we'll do is, for conversions we have to select the sales objective, the last one. This is the sales objective that we have to select, whether it's conversions or catalog sales for e-commerce. So we have to select that. So I'll just name it something. I'll call it conversions, and I'll name the product, which is the UCMC, and I'll also add the date along with it, right? So nothing else to be done at the moment, and I will just press next, and the rest of the process is simple, just like any other campaign, like the traffic campaign or any other thing. The only difference will come at the ad set level. So this is the ad set level, and at this level what we'll do is we'll give a name to the ad set, right? So let's say I want to target people who are interested in social media marketing, right? So I'll just name it social media marketing, or maybe copywriting. Why not copywriting? So let's say we are targeting people who are interested in copywriting, so we want them to take an advanced course in copywriting. So this is where we choose the conversion event. We have to tell Facebook in this campaign that which is that event that we want Facebook to optimize for. So we are choosing this particular event, the UCMC purchase, the one that we created. Now you can see that this is a verify pixel option that we are getting. This is because this is a dummy account and we haven't verified our domain and the pixel. So you'll have to do that. I showed you the process a little earlier, and rest of the process is just the same, right? So you can do your detailed targeting or custom targeting, any other type of targeting. You can do all of that. So in detailed targeting, let's say I will choose copywriting as an interest, and that's it. Then the rest of the setup continues as is. Set the budget, press next, and on the next one, this is the ad level. Just upload your image, your copy, the primary text and all, select your page, and you're done. So what have we done in this video? We have basically done a few things. Number one, we have understood the difference between pixel and the conversion API. We have integrated that on our website using a third-party plugin. So we used a manual method. Then we verified our domain name using a meta tag. And what else did we do? We then used aggregated event measurement to basically prioritize the events we want Facebook to track for us. And then we created a custom conversion. We did that, and finally we created a conversion campaign, right? So these are a few things that we did. I hope you understood all of these, and I hope you got to see the entire process step by step. So try it out and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you. Bye bye.